Yo, what's good, gang? Tybo back in another video today, boys. We're gonna be discussing which rookie quarterback will have the best, rookie year. If y'all new here, subscribe, like all that simple stuff. Let's just get that out of the way. But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about who will be the best rookie quarterback out of the 2023 NFL draft class. To be honest, we really haven't had like an elite quarter. Well, okay, wait. Like obviously, some of the quarterbacks have been elite, but like we haven't had like a quarterback come out and like hit the ground running and like go crazy. I would say like the last one, like Baker Mayfield. He set the record for the most touchdowns by a rookie quarterback. He came in, played pretty good, and then you had Justin Herbert a couple years later who came in, broke the touchdown. I would say we haven't really had like a quarterback come in the NFL and like I guess kind of quote unquote dominate. He wasn't like he was a really good quarterback his rookie year. Is all I'm saying. Like we haven't had a quarterback come in and be that guy in a minute. Like last year's draft class was what between Kenny Pickett and Brock Purdy. I would say Brock Purdy got that low key. You know what I'm saying? But Kenny Pickett did improve. But yeah, towards the end of the year and stuff, he got better as he played. But yeah, let's see if any of these quarterbacks could come in, do that. But yeah, let's get straight to it. I got a couple honorable mentions. I just want to talk about real quick, and then we'll go. So we'll go from like at the top four. Fourth being least likely, I think least likely to have a good year, and then one obviously is who I think could have the best year as a rookie coming in. So for some honorable mentions, Dorian Thompson Robinson coming out of UCLA. He got drafted by the Browns. He's not starting. He's not starting this year. I could see him though in some like red zone packages running the ball. I think he could have a nice year with a couple and put up a couple touchdowns running the ball. And I think but they also have like what's his name? He's bald and he played for the Steelers for a minute. Tennessee. I can't remember his name. He started a game for the Titans last year too. I cannot remember his name. Shout out to him. I like him, but he's the backup there. If DTR plays, it's gonna be just something like that. If either he somehow wins the backup job, or if Deshaun Watson goes down, that's what happened. I think he could be a good player in the future, though. He has a great arm, great mobility. But yeah. Next we have Hendon Hooker. He's still recovering from his ACL tear. Right. I don't even know when he's gonna be fully healthy. Jared Goff is the starter this year, unless Jared Goff gets hurt, which we don't want nobody get hurt, by the way. I don't see Hendon Hooker playing this year. I think next year is when we could see him, so that's why I don't have him. I would have him at 5 technically. So let's get into like I guess the actual list. Number 4, I have Will Levis. We'll be looking at the rosters and everything. Just turn that down. We'll be looking at the rosters and coaching staff and stuff like that. Is I looked at all that to see. Yeah, the top 3 will look at all that stuff. But number 4, I have Will Levis. I think he could be a good player in the future, but I think Ryan Tannehill is QB1. Just going forward this year, next year, they'll probably look at who's on the team. And then I will say, Malik Willis struggled last year as a rookie. Now I think Will Levis is a better quarterback. Like for mentally for the game of like football, he better competition, all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like he's further along than Malik Willis was. But Malik Willis struggled, his rookie year. I think Will Levis, if he got in there, might struggle similarly because the lack of weapons there too. Like Traylon Burks is like their best receiver. And I like Traylon Burks. He just didn't, there's not a lot there. I do think that O-line is pretty solid, and the run game is really great as well. Especially if Derrick Henry's healthy, it could be a really good run game. So maybe if they could piggyback off that. I thought they could do the same thing with Malik Willis, and they just didn't. So I think if they did, I feel like they would struggle. It depends on Will Levis, and I just don't trust the receivers there for Will Levis. So I think once next year, if they bring in they need to bring in a couple guys if Will Levis is gonna succeed in the NFL to help at that receiving. Because let me look real quick. I can't even remember. I don't even think they have a good tight end, do they? Like, Let me just look it up real quick. The fuck, dude, it's being on them. So yeah, their receivers are Traylon Burks, Nick Westbrook, Ilakina, Kyle Phillips. Tight end is I like Okonkwo. I can't say his first name. I like Okonkwo though, but I just don't think any of these other guys are good enough. Unless Traylon Burks like takes the leap and is like insane, I don't see it happening. I don't trust any of those receivers there right now. So that's why I have them though. At him at 4. Number 3. 3 and 2 are really close to me. It just comes down. Sorry, I just bounced the whole table. 3, I actually have CJ Stroud. Let's talk about him real quick. I think they're gonna have a good run game. They have Damian Pierce there, along with here. I'll look at it. Who they bring in? Oh, Devin Singletary. They have Davis Mills. Case Keenum is a good backup. Been in the league for a minute. They have a good O-line. The rest of they have a Francis left tackle, Laramie Tunsil. Love it. Really good offense. Not really good, but a good O-line. And he shouldn't have to play hero ball, which was kind of the thing with CJ Stroud. Honestly, with CJ Stroud, I see them running the ball a lot, and then they're just gonna have him. If he plays in structure, which CJ Stroud is amazing at, getting the ball, delivering the ball on time. That's what he's gonna do. Get the ball out quick. Make the right read. I feel like that's what he's gonna do. Where I also have some things. They have a really young / unproven receiving core. Their starting receivers are Robert Woods, Nico Collins, and John Mechie. Robert Woods got injured with the Rams, and then last year wasn't that great with the Titans. John Mechie, shout out to him for beating cancer. Yeah, but he's coming back off of that. He didn't play his whole rookie year. Nico Collins hasn't really been nothing special, and then Tank Dell is a rookie receiver. I think has a lot of juice and stuff. Tank Dell. I was saying we were talking about the receivers. Tank Dell, I like him. But yeah, a lot of young guys who haven't played yet, haven't proven much, and then Robert Woods, who's low key struggled with health, and then he came back and didn't look the same. So I am a little more questionable at that receiver core. It's built very similarly to the Panthers, who we will talk about. I question it a little bit more than theirs. They have Dalton Schultz, who was a solid tight end for a while over in Dallas. I think he's going to continue to do that. And I think he could probably be CJ Stroud's best receiver. And also the thing is, with them, I don't think they have a true receiver number 1 receiver. I don't think who he's going to trust. Maybe it's Dalton Schultz with that. Maybe John Mechie becomes that. Who knows? We haven't seen him play, obviously, and think so we'll see. And then also another question I have with them is coaching. I just don't I don't know the coaches as well. D'Amico Ryan's coming from the Niners, defensive guy. Their offensive coordinator is Bobby Slowick. He was the passing game coordinator for the 49ers or something like that. I think this is his first offensive coordinator gig. And then Jared Johnson, quarterbacks. This is his first time coaching. So I have a little bit of question. Their quarterbacks coach. I have a little bit of a more question mark at the coaching's position. To develop him, I think CJ Stroud's very, I think him and Bryce are very, very well developed going into this year already. So I wouldn't question that too much. It's just, and then I just question the weapons around him. How good are they actually going to be? All right, and then number 2 on my list, we got Mr. Bryce Young of the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young, I think he's a great player, great arm, great mobility, ran a good offense, over in Alabama for however many years. But let's get to talking about why I think he's probably going to be. I think and people might have him as their favorite to have a good season as the rookie quarterback. I'm going to go with Bryce Young at 2 for me. And we'll get to explain that in a little bit whenever we start talking about number 1. So I have Bryce Young. Andy Dalton is his backup. I don't even know. I've heard he might start, but Bryce Young is going to play. It's Bryce Young, number 1 overall pick. But they have Andy Dalton. Is a good backup. I like that. Miles Sanders they picked up in free agency as running back. They actually traded when they traded when Baker left and they traded Christian McCaffrey, they actually still had a good run game. So I imagine that still carries over. They have Frank Wright, who was the coach when the Colts ran for when Jonathan Taylor had his crazy year. Um, they have a good O line. They drafted Ikem Ekwonu last year to be their franchise left tackle. He had a solid rookie year, right? Could develop. Taylor Moton is a right tackle. I think they have a really good they have a good O line to protect Bryce Young. They should have a solid run game. The thing that I'm a little more confident than the Texans receivers is their receivers. They have Adam Thielen, who had like 700 yards, 6 touchdowns this year. I looked it up before, and that's what he 700 yards, 10 touchdowns the year before that. He's lost a step. He's not as amazing as he was those his first couple years, those years he was popping off. But I think I trust him more than Robert Woods. Basically, is what I'm saying. I think he's going to be that go-to guy for Bryce. And then Hayden Hurst, they picked up as a veteran tight end who's kind of bounced around a little bit, but I do like Hayden. I think he's really solid. He's played for the Bengals last year. He played for the Wait, was it the Falcons or Bengals? I don't know, but he's put up good numbers on them, and I trust him to continue to do that again. And then for their other receivers, Terrence Marshall. I really like Terrence Marshall. He came out of LSU. Really hasn't took that next step, but I think he could. Because they also had that stacked receiver room for a minute where they had who the hell did they have? They had, oh my god, DJ Moore. They had DJ Moore. They had Robbie Anderson. They had somebody else too that they used. I can't remember. Rashad Higgins, I think. And so he really didn't get the chance. This year I could see him taking the leap forward. They drafted Jonathan Mingo, who I like, who could be pretty good, and Laviska Shenault, who's like does what Deebo Samuel does. You could throw this man a screen, you could give him a jet sweep, and you could take it to the crib. Not as effectively as Deebo, of course. And then one thing I also really want to talk about with them is their coaching staff. Like I said, they have Frank Wright, who I think is. Oh wait, wrong team. They have Frank Wright, who's been in the league for a minute. He did his thing with the Colts with that year that Jonathan Taylor went off. And then, this year he got fired and stuff, but I think he's going to do a solid job with this team. I trust him with that. And then their offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown. Thomas Brown. Okay, wait. No. That's the next coach. My bad. Their quarterbacks coach, Thomas Brown, offensive coordinator, I don't really know nothing about, so don't question me on that. Their quarterbacks coach is actually Josh McCown. So he's been around. He's seen some things. So I think he could definitely help out Bryce there. And then, like I said, that's really it. I trust the coaching staff more. The receivers more. And the O-line is good as well for Bryce. So I think it's not all on him. I think they could use a true receiver number 1 as well. I don't think Adam Thielen's that guy at this age. Maybe Terrence Marshall develops into that. Who knows? But yeah, so that's my number 2, Bryce Young. Number 3 or number 1, I mean, my bad. Whoa. I feel like I feel like this could surprise some people. But I'm really high on him. It's Anthony Richardson, man. I know that may be a surprise. Like I said, a surprise. I kind of have. I don't know. So you got Anthony Richardson, crazy talent. Crazy arm, crazy mobility. And then you put him on the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the thing that I love about this Colts, I think this offense is actually going to be really good. Now, you have Jonathan Taylor, who last year dealt with injuries and stuff, and I don't think they had quite the it wasn't the same. The Colts kind of all sucked last year, but I think he could be. This could be possibly the best rushing offense in the NFL. You're pairing Anthony Richardson's like crazy explosiveness and what he could do on the ground with Jonathan Taylor. I think having those two on the field together makes this offense like pretty dangerous with their running abilities, okay, and some of the stuff they're going to be able to do in the run game. I think it could be one of the top, at least 5 rushing attacks in the NFL. You have Gardner Minshew, who's a solid quarterback, been around, he's helped Jalen Hurts, he's helped Trevor Lawrence. solid. I like it. And now you're going to let's talk about. Okay, wait, hold up. Yeah, let's talk about their receivers. They have Michael Pittman Jr., who is their big body, I guess, true number one receiver, go up and get it kind of guy. Alec Pierce, who is kind of like he's built. I think he's 6'3", 6'4". He's fast, and he had a solid rookie year. I could see him taking a step forward. Then you have Josh Downs, who they drafted in third round, second round. My bad. Josh, who I actually liked. He's a really good slot receiver. I think he could do some things for in this offense. And then same with Isaiah McKenzie, who came over from Buffalo. Was doing it with Josh Allen for a minute as their slot receiver. So, and then you got Jelani Woods and Mo Alley Cox, who are like what, both 6'7", 6'8". Just throw it up, throw it up. And then you have a really good O-line. Bernard Ryman, who you drafted last year, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, I really don't know nothing about, and Braden Smith, who last year they kind of underperformed. The whole Colts team, like I said, underperformed. I expect them to. I see them bouncing back. But you have a really good O-line, the best receiving core out of all the, in my opinion, the best receiving core out of all the other, rookie quarterback teams. And we haven't even talked about the coaching. This coaching staff is insane. They have Shane Steichen, who came over from Philly, was their offensive coordinator, helped develop Jalen Hurts. They could, Anthony Richardson's a better running quarterback than Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, when he came in the league, really wasn't looked at to be like that. And he helped develop Jalen Hurts. I think he'd really help develop Anthony AR into being something crazy. Offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter, 16 years of coaching experience. I think he, is going to do his thing. And then same thing with their, let me find him, quarterbacks coach Cam Turner, 14 years of coaching experience. And I think he's been with Shane Steichen for a minute or whatever. So, I think they could really help develop AR. And I think this running game is going to carry them. And then I feel like the biggest weakness with this team is going to see how Anthony Richardson progresses as a passer. He has the arm. I want to say he's not like, yes, I know he, I guess, quote unquote, struggles with accuracy. I don't think it's like a big deal. The main thing I'm kind of scared for is Anthony Richardson's, see how he reads the defense, what they're going to do, because they're going to make Anthony, obviously with him being a really capable runner and Jonathan Taylor being a great running back, they're going to load up the box and say, hey, Richardson beat us passing the ball. Now, it's going to be a test to see if he does it. He has the weapons to do it. He has the arm to do it. Now, I can't wait to see how he progresses as a passer. I think he has the ability because I think he could learn, and I think he could do it well. And I truly trust him. I think Anthony Richardson could win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm pretty high on that just because of the weapons around him, the run game around him, and the coaching staff around him. I really like everything around. I think this is probably the perfect situation for Anthony Richardson to go to because of all the stuff around him. It's such a great supporting cast around him. I just see him succeeding the most, especially his rookie year. I could see him hitting. But yeah, that's it. Shit, let me know. I'm just talking now. I'm like I said, I'm high on AR. I don't think, and just because this list is like, we went through all of them, doesn't mean I think anybody's going to be bad. And who knows? We could have some 7th round rookie come in and dominate the league like Mr. Brock Purdy. Who knows? Who knows what happens? It's the NFL. This is just my best educated guess. Don't get mad if you're like Will Levis is the future of the league, and I had him at 4 because I don't like the players around. Okay, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's it. Honestly, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. Till next time, it's your boy Tybo. Peace.